Morning, third grade. Welcome to Problem of the Day. Gray has 60 trading cards. He plans on dividing them equally between 10 display pages. How many cards will be placed in each display page? I could start by drawing this. I could draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and this will be my 10th display page. So this is where all the cards are going to be displayed. And then I could go through and sort all 60 onto the pages just like you would do in real life. And so I would go one by one and tally them on each page until I got to 60. And so there was the first round and I got 10 because there's 10 pages. And I would keep going until I got to 60. But that's really time consuming. And that's not very realistic when there are more efficient ways to do it. So let's use multiplication and division to help us sort this out. So there's two trains of thought. I could think of this as a division problem, or the opposite of division is multiplication. So I can kind of think of it maybe upside down or backwards to be able to use multiplication instead. So I know that at the end, I want to get to 60 cards. Or with division, that means you want to start there. So I have 60 cards to start, and I'm trying to divide them up into 10 piles, and that'll equal how many cards in each pile. I don't know. But if I were to think about this as a multiplication problem, I have 10 piles times how many in each of those piles is going to get me to those 60 cards. These are the same problems, but just written in different forms between division and multiplication. So that means the blank spot, or like the answer for each of these blanks, the missing number, will be the same for both. So I've mentioned before that I prefer to think of these things as multiplication because it's easier for my brain to fill in a gap than to come up with the final answer. So I'm going to start here. And again, I'm thinking 10 times what number equals 60? Well, that's just a basic multiplication fact, and I know it's 6. Then I'm going to come up to here, and I'm going to check my work. 60 divided by 10 equals 6. If I fill in the same number, I can see that that works here as well, which means it's correct. Again, if I were to fill in this division question, I can also read it backwards with multiplication and check. So I'd go 6 times 10 equals 60. And if that's a true statement, which it is, that means that this checks out and I'm correct. You have some different numbers. In your question, Gray has 90 trading cards.